So now let's begin actual deployment of the app. So Cookbook number 13 is illustrating with an image. App service is connected to your Azure AI search. Your Azure AI search is connected to the storage account. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the steps here. So the objective is to deploy the web app and select the exact environment. And then it's variable keys, and then you do have the steps that you have to follow here. Easy peasy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for the app service. And again, like I said, in Azure, once you log in, you have the search bar. So if you have the search bar, you want to type app service. And then one of the first things that will come up is the app service. So you click on the app service, it looks like this. There's nothing yet created. And then we're going to hit on the create button. We're going to do what? We're going to hit on the create button. So you see, you can even create a WordPress application, but in our case, we're just creating a web app. So we click on web app, and then it will ask us the same things, right? So remember, like what I said, box by box. What? Box by box. You don't skip box, you read. You read what you're seeing. So subscription is auto-selected. Resource group is what we want to select, right? So Project Advanced ID is my resource group. Then the name, this is going to be, in my case, this is going to be PA or Project Advanced, right? AI search. Oops. Run an app. Okay. So this is the URL that is going to be used to access the website. What do I mean? Facebook.com. What do I mean? LinkedIn.com. What do I mean? WhatsApp.com. Those are websites. So what I'm saying is, for your application that we are deploying, the name you give it, and then it's going to be the name, and then Azure is going to allocate you a default domain. But if you wanted to use a subdomain, for example, projectadvanced.com or app.projectadvanced.com, then you would have to add a custom domain. So in our case, we're just doing default, so we're going to leave that as it is, but I thought I could explain that. Now, we said we're going to do this using Linux environment, and the run stack that we're going to use for this is the node run stack. If I do this, I'm going to find the node 20 LTS. That's the one we're going to go with. What? Node LTS 20, which is basically the language. Notice that the operating system is selected as Linux and not Windows, because we're going with the Linux, just like we explained. Now, your region has to be also the same region that your company is located into, or that you've been using all the way. So in my case, it's West US 2, right? Scroll down box by box. We don't skip box, and we read stuff. Linux plan. The Linux plan that we're going to go ahead with is automatically created for us. So we're going to leave that as it is. You can click on the icon, and then it can explain further what a Linux plan is. So app service plans are filtered based on your region and operating system selection. So the pricing plan, this is now important. So the premium is expensive. So what I want to do is, when I click on explore pricing plans, click on what? Explore pricing plans. Click on what? Okay, so here we have the basic, we have the premium, and as you can see, it shows you the pricing here, right? The pricing for each of those plans that you can select, and this right here, this is where you're really gonna see some differences in terms of money, right? But most of them are free. Okay, but so in our case, we're going to go ahead and use the basic one, which is going to charge us less money. And then we click on select, right? Select, and then we click on next to go to database. And we are not going to be selecting a database. So we leave that as default, and then we're going to do next. to deployment. So here it's gonna ask us if you want to use CI/CD pipeline, which is GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps. We are going to do this manually. So we're gonna create this app manually. So continuous deployment is disabled. So nothing again. We're just gonna leave it as it is, default, and we click on networking. Networking again, we're gonna enable this as public access, and we're not gonna change anything. We're gonna go to monitor and secure, and monitor and secure, it says enable application insights. All right, so application insights for codeless monitoring isn't supported, so we're just going to leave that as no, right? Enable application insights, so we leave that as no. And again, we go to tags, easy peasy. We're gonna leave tags as they are, and we click on the review and create. Okay, so we're gonna do review and create, and then it will do the validation. Once the validation passes, you can just hit on the create button. Easy peasy. It'll go and deploy the application. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video until this finishes. So easy peasy. The application is finished. I can click on go to results, and it will take me directly to the application that we just deployed. So as you can see, as I was saying, that this is the URL or the domain name that we're going to use to access the application. So you double click on it, and then it will go and open the application itself. So because we use the basic application, it's going to take time to load up, but you're going to have to give it some time, and then it will load up the web page so we can see if it actually deployed correctly. Okay, so once it's run, as you can see, it will tell you your web app is running and waiting for your content to run. So that's all about deploying the app service. It doesn't have any code yet. So what we would do is that in the next video we'll deploy the code that's going to show the front end application that we have designed. All right, cool.